Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we take a look at headlines from our city, from our state, and from our country. We combine these awesome headlines with the wonderful contributions that you bring to the table so that we can put this information to good use and help us connect with one another and with our city of choice, Puerto Vallarta, as a community of English speaking locals. Today is Tuesday, October 31st, rather, and it's a pleasure to see you this morning. I think today is Halloween. I get my Halloween date all mixed up, but I know that Day of the Dead is in a couple of days, but tomorrow we celebrate Day of the Dead as well. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope if you are in town that you're looking forward to the celebrations that are coming over the weekend and for the rest of this week, of course. And I hope you'll enjoy some of the news that we have put together for you this morning. But before we get to those, I want to welcome those that are watching live for the first time. If that is you, please feel free to let us know that you're watching live for the first time by writing the word new in your comment. We'll be so happy to give you a nice little welcome. And if you have something truly important that you wish to share with everybody else, it helps a great deal if you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment. I don't see any Q's just yet, so we're going to continue moving right along with our content for today, which starts with news from SEAPAL, our favorite water company. They have apparently announced the conclusion of a water pipe repair in Colonia López Mateos, where a pipe had collapsed when the water canal in which it was located overflew. The water went out of the canal in this past hurricane, and this is the big flooding that happened along the Libramiento. But the pipe has been repaired, and it was a chunky pipe. This is a good bit of news. And I want you to meet Tropical Storm Pilar, which we hope will be the last tropical storm of the season. It is presently located in front of the coast of Guatemala in Central America, and it's heading west off the coast, so it does not present any major threat to our coasts, as we know, as long as it stays on course. These things have been known to change their minds. But just in case you're wondering, I want to take a quick look at Windy. And this is what the path of the storm looks like in Windy. Puerto Vallarta is all the way up here behind these letters. And the storm is heading west out to the Pacific Ocean. So as long as the storm doesn't change its mind, we should be fine from this one. And again, because of the date, hurricane season is about to conclude, so we keep our fingers crossed and we hope we will not have any last minute surprises. And speaking of last minute surprises, let us take a quick look at what our weather forecast has in store for us today. Blinding sunlight is the perfect cure for a hangover. I don't think so. A perfect cure for a hangover is not drinking altogether. But that's just me. Or drinking, of course, in moderation. That deserves one of these. We are enjoying 28 degrees right now. Our humidity is high at 83%. Whatever happened to the change in temperature, it's supposed to be happening as I speak, but we still have high humidity. And of course, our temperature in Fahrenheit degrees is 82. Our weather forecast for today says we're going to enjoy mostly clear skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 25%, a high of 30, and a low of 24. Then tomorrow, Wednesday, light rain through the day, a chance of rain of 31%, a high of 31, and a low of 24. And then Thursday, mostly clear skies in the morning, with rain in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 44%, a high of 31, and a low of 23. So much for me thinking that the temperatures were starting to subside, but those numbers look about as high as we've had in the past. So let us hope that the weather will get its act together sometime in the near future and actually deliver on its annual promise of cooler, less humid days during the fall and winter seasons. Meanwhile, I have one more bit of news and then a bunch of announcements. The next edition of the popular Los Muertos Fishing Tournament has been announced, and it will take place on November 3rd and 4th. As before, there will be a grand celebration after the award ceremony that everyone is welcome to attend, but there will be some changes. In past years, as many as 2,000 people gathered to enjoy the fish, eating the fish that was cooked after the event, the fish that was caught during the tournament. But since this year, the protection of sailfish and marlin is important, those two species are not part of the competition. Fishing only includes dorado in this year's tournament, and since dorado is slightly more complicated to cook, they say, I've never cooked fish raw like that, other food will be available. But this should be a fun event with live music and all kinds of fun for anyone that attends. And again, this is going to be on November 3rd and 4th. And of course, yesterday I took a quick peek at the Joint Hotel to see how numbers are looking for tomorrow's Day of the Dead presentation, and I was quite excited to see that about half of the capacity of the room has sold out in advance. So there's only 50% tickets left. The room has space for about 35 people. So I'm excited and grateful to see that there's a lot of ahead of time interest in this presentation, where we will take a look at some music that we listen to during Day of the Dead, and of course all the traditional information and some rituals that happen elsewhere in the country that you may not even be aware of. We're going to uncover all of that so that you can better appreciate why this celebration is so important to our culture. And of course, as long as we're at it, it was time to get going with some announcements of other music presentations. So I'm pleased to announce that our first presentation in November, not including an encore presentation that we're going to have of opera, we're actually going to have the opera encore presentation 2 days before this one. It's going to be on November 7th. This is by request. We're going to get into what makes opera fascinating today, and considering the fact that it is the oldest form of live entertainment in the world that continues to be popular. So that is on November 7th. 2 days later, a brand new one to the Joint Co-working Hotel. This will be great jazz vocalists of the 20th century, where we will explore the difference between a singer and a vocalist and a song stylist. What do these labels mean? And what makes a singer excel? What kind of skill set does a singer need to be considered an amazing jazz vocalist? And needless to say, we'll get a chance to listen to some of the great ones with a choice of video selections. And secondly, we are going to do country music. We have rescheduled that for Thursday, November 23rd. You may recall that we had to postpone this due to damages in electrical and air conditioning systems at the Joint Hotel. So this is back in the books. So I am excited about this, as I was before, and I hope many of you will be able to attend. Of course, dates and links for all this stuff will be available in the show notes as usual. And with that said, let me take a quick look at your comments for this morning. Purum pum pum pum. I might say that I was at a private gathering that some friends organized yesterday afternoon, and I was rushing home because I saw some clouds that seemed to indicate rain. I don't even know if it rained overnight or not, but I walked 1 block away from where the Isla Rio Cuale Market Day of the Dead festivity was taking place, and it was very well attended. I don't know if any of you were able to go to that one, but there's always all this stuff going on this time of year that we want to be a part of. So I see all kinds of good mornings. Thank you very much for those. I see somebody counting. Nick Jones says 4 more days when we are back in 5 de diciembre. Very excited. That is awesome. Let's see what else we have. Oh, so we did have a little thunderstorm last night. See, I just slept right through it. There you have it. Pudim pam pum pum. Let's see. Looking for cues. More good mornings. More comments. More chit chat. But no cues. So this is rushing very. Oh, there's a cue. Rained hard enough here that there was standing water this morning. Oh, wow. Then, and that's only 2 blocks away from me. Well, again, last night I just came home and went to bed and slept right through it. So there you have it. Pat reports it was a lovely rain here last night. Again, whoosh, it just went right through my head. Let's see. And there is... Oh, Claude. My friend Madame Lefebvre, I hope I pronounced that last name well, received her wish to experience a huge storm. So you had a huge storm in the mountains. That's wonderful. Claude's friend is actually Luke's mom, who's here for a few days from Canada. And it was a pleasure to see her again last night. And it was just wonderful. Yesterday afternoon, not last night. Let's see what else we have. Oh my gosh, where was I? Deborah says, awesome lightning and thunder. I totally slept through it. What can I tell you? And I can see that there are no other comments. And I can see it is almost time to wrap up today's broadcast, but not without appreciating and thanking you for your continued support through memberships and through coffee. Nick says I pronounced that very well. Thank you very much. As always, I thank you for being here. It is time for me to get going on finishing touches for tomorrow's presentation, and I need to wrap up that walk around video that I previewed yesterday. So it's going to be a busy couple of days. Oh my goodness. Wait. What am I talking about? No, not time to go yet. We have more announcements. I forgot to mention that, not only is this ready, but also our fall meet and greet is going to be taking place on Thursday, November 16 from 6 to 8 p.m. This is as usual at Whiskey Kitchen. So yay, if you're in town, please join us. If you live here and you've been to one of these are a lot of fun because it gives us the opportunity to meet one another in person. And feel free to bring friends. We're happy of the cluster that we are, and we're always eager to meet new people as we go by. And as long as we're doing this, let me see another shout out, another cue rather. Shout out to Vivero Shalom that has an embarrassment of cempasúchil. An embarrassment of cempasúchil at only 60 pesos per plant and a truckload full they have yet to unload. Swing by and pick some up. There you go. So Shalom has a ton of cempasúchil if you want to decorate your home Day of the Dead style. So this is it. If you haven't bought your tickets for tomorrow, you may want to consider getting them ahead of time so you don't miss a spot. And if you're not going to tomorrow's presentation, I hope to run into you or cross paths with you or see you here at Coffee and Headlines sometime in the near future. Take care.